now begins the refreshing of the tablet for the chat. Ah. One day I'll figure out how to get this thing to actually connect to my Twitch account. I can actually use it with all the other functions. Checking this sound. Oh yeah, that's working. Okay, there we go. Nice. Okie dokie. Hello anybody who's already in the chat room who may have said hello when the stream started, but I was refreshing this so I couldn't see you. Hello everybody on YouTube who'll be watching this a little later on. I've still got a backlog of stream stuff to go through. There's the first episode of this one, which at the time of streaming this, I've made that one live on the channel yet. But I'll get around to it. It's a bit busy. Got a few video things in the works as well, but mainly kind of just being lazy with stream content. Oh god, if I was actually trying to build a channel, this wouldn't be the right way of doing it. Right. Hey Alvatar, how you doing? Right, so I think we're going to start with mopping up. So I'm going to look at this one before. We can get 200 grand, a little bit of salvage. We're against them. We can build up some somewhere. Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, the Talon. It's is it missing a medium laser? Is that correct? Yeah, I think it was one of its mediums is gone, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. And there was none in the store. Well, there was one. That's right. There was a single medium laser in the store. So we could do this mission, but the Talon will have to be swapped out for the Cicada, I think. So I've still got one PPC punch. Oh, and Blaze was my other... Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, they were unavailable after being used in an event. Alright, so your hardcore's probably going to do more damage in that than them, and so that means you've got the Cicada. Hey, Naman. Doing underwater ops today on with only LR, maybe bring a torpedo back in a mission. Hey, Ratnash, how you doing? Oh no, man, we managed to get the sub back, by the way, in the end. We actually completed that mission. We got a bit of XP. Hey, Yelbo. But yeah, bloody hell, barrow trauma. Definitely a trauma. Loved the Robot Wars. Glad you liked it. That reminds you, yeah. I think it's this weekend. We'll be recording another race. Hey, Kolsch. Doing all right yourself? Naughty drop bear in the first place. I mean, yeah. The drop bear is he's a real killer. Him and Captain Killington both living up to their names and rep. Oh yeah, that's right, we improved the hull. We just didn't have enough money in demand to add a third gun to the ship. To our Jugong.
Command interface initiated.
Alright, we got friendlies, blah blah blah, enemy lance, blah 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 blah. What's it? We've got Valkyrie and a Javelin. Okay. 50% of a lance. That's extra mechs. That's fine. We can only really go this way anyway.
Be there in a jiff. Location confirmed.
I'm going to crack out the Cicada from there. Hey, BFG. That's going to be nice. Then you could also shoot Kolsch. Yes, we could. We could tandem work over Kolsch. I mean that first lap was a bit weird. Oh, there's the rest of the lands. They're up here. They won't be able to get down probably. They'll be stuck there. The AI won't use jump jets to navigate because it's not smart enough to do that, unfortunately. Oh god. Oh okay. Right. I was wondering about the camera jump so far, but turns out the Firefly doesn't run that far.
You got it.
No, BFG isn't the drop bear, Yobo, it's small fry. Yeah, there probably were people who missed out parts of the laps. It won't... honestly, the next race, I think, is McCracken's Red Ring of Death. And that thing... Like, the recording for that was I think Clusterfuck barely covers the results of that one. It's literally... Like, I'm building an entire plot line around that one.
Roger that, Commander.
Cannibal Penguin, how you doing? Morning all you wonderful people. It's finally dead around work. It's like -9 outside, so the weirdos have left me alone for the most part. All the weirdos froze, did they, Cannibal Penguin? Well, you know what, Yobbo, that's the main thing. Out of everything that I've ever done on the channel, McCracken and Hodge have been the characters that I have most enjoyed playing. Ah, this is why we're not seeing any enemies. They're all stuck in this pit, aren't they? There is a road for them to get up, but I don't know how far along they would have gotten on this. And our only way up is really going to be the long way, isn't it? We're going to have a lot of turns just running then.
On the move.
It's the traditional running of the mechs. McCracken's tumescent ring. Oh, I mean, you were there. You were there, Kulsh. You know what that one was like on Terra Firma. They're very good, and you should move on to program making with tacky interviews on the street.
On it.
I know we've just had a contact, and I should look for where that contact is, but I'm just going to move all the units up here for now. Okay, one of them at least made their way up the hill. The two of the friendly mechs are making their way around. This poor bastard's still stuck there. Right, well, round up, let's see. Let's get you into the tree line over there. No jump jets on your Mongol, but we'll just put you there.
Right here.
Run the Firefly over. If they don't hop over in the next turn, I'll use the Beagle probe on the Mongoose to ping them, see what we get. Brace him.
Aye, aye.
Get the cicada into the trees. The bro wearing wigs to do ridiculous voices.
Skipper.
If I had some way of visually representing McCracken and Hodge, like if I had any talent with that, being able to make those kind of visuals of the characters, I would have done something by now for it. Well, I know the bro wants to do a Top Gear-esque episode with McCracken and Hodge, which is supposed to be... There's a throwaway line about a series, another series during Best in Class that I can't remember what we called it. It was basically a rip on the Grand Tour. And I can't remember what the fuck we called it. I can't even remember what episode we mentioned it in. But, basically, the bro wants to do an episode of that in the future, where we basically get a pair of banged up old mechs like they do in Top Gear, and then they would they'd have to take them across this planet and then get them sort of pimped out a bit, and all this, you know, all this stupid stuff, and like.
Consider it done.
I have little visual gags with words written across the mechs and stuff. That's the idea.
Acknowledge.
Haha, you filthy griffin bastard, you have been hit. Struck with a single LRM. Do you give up, sir? Your mental image is more Baron Harkonnen from the '84 movie. Oh no, Paul McCracken.
Yep. Affirmative, Commander.
I never really thought much about McCracken as a character, like other than that originally he was a means to be able to do a kind of, you know, just a silly rip-off. But the more I've kind of developed little bits of his background and stuff over the last couple of years. Yeah, 2 hairy mech jocks travel the innosphere, sampling all it has to offer. Do a Subnautica with a bro for an episode. You can't though, that's the problem. I would love to do... If Subnautica had cooperative play, I'd fucking play it. But unfortunately we can't, because they never added that. Was it greasing up to fit in the cockpit? That is disgusting, man. That is horrible. That is a horrible thing. I'm a bit worried about what the other mechs are in that pit down there now, because if they've got a griffin, what else do they have?
Full throttle.
This would be one of those things where it would probably be easier if the friendly, as in the allied mechs, got there, and then I could kind of use their line of sight to pick a better approach. Yeah, I used it. I used the Beagle, and it only for some reason scanned the Griffin. That's all it got. I don't know why it didn't catch the other two, but there we go. The poor boffin that won the raffle. Oh god. That's one of the things I really like, was turning the boffins into a thing.
Ready to rock.
They're just like they're these weird little.
I got you.
I don't know how most people picture them. I just picture them as being like they're all kind of dressed in, like they have like a lab coat or something. They just look like normal people, but they're kind of sort of sub-intellect, subhuman type of thing. Who just kind of get used as menial labor and stuff for like experiments, but somehow they're still capable of operating sophisticated machinery and weird stuff like that. That's how we use them for different tasks around. This idea that Comstar have this subhuman species. Right, now is he gonna reveal it, or is he one of the ones who was stuck? Oh, actually, is that the Stanger? Oh, it's the Stanger that's all the way over there. He is actually making his way around the map. Oh yeah, he can jump, so he can just about get up there.
Roger that.
Like the post office. Yeah, it's...
Yep. Let's move.
Yeah, it's basically a minion, yeah. Weird little, just people who end up like, you know, if like 10 or 15 of them get blown up in an accident, it's fine because, you know, there's many more where they came from, sort of deal. You know, if 50 of them get blown up accidentally in an experiment that someone's running at the Comstar facility, it's all right. There's another 100 just ready to be cracked out of the fucking the tank or something to refill the lost position. That's why I think we have the hallway of remembrance. I think we mentioned one episode where there's always boffin families like crying in the hallways with just flowers everywhere and photographs of them on the wall. These are some well-equipped fucking pirates. Centurion and a Griffin. I know we outnumber them, but sometimes numbers is not as good an advantage when they've got pretty solid mechs. That's a Shadowhawk as well. And a Shadowhawk, Centurion, and Griffin. It's a pretty classic lineup of mediums there. Let's be honest, I don't really have the mechs that are... I wouldn't say they're particularly well equipped to deal with this level of weight.
I'm under heavy fire here.
I mean, the Cicada certainly isn't armoured for this kind of conflict. The arm's already opened up, but there's only one way inside. Best bet here.
Ready for orders.
Is to try and drag them up the hillside one by one, I guess, and focus fire on particular locations.
What are your orders, Skipper?
I suppose the Talon's got the best range. Yeah, Boffins have fun. They always did, Totty. We always mention that they had families. The death of one McCracken to try the death of Billy Boffin's just a statistic, yeah.
Waiting for orders.
Yeah, we established that with the Boffins. One of the best in class episodes. That yeah, they have families that, like, usually McCracken has to kind of shove grieving widows and stuff out of the way. On his way up through the to the office.
On my way.
I think if I back him up there, should be okay, but just in case, brace. You see, the friendly AI are really not going to help that much because they're not going to move up there at all, are they? And somehow they can see the mongoose. Not quite sure how that works, but okay. The stupid thing is, Valkyrie has got jump jets. That thing could hop up the wall. It won't. Okay, so they could see me, but I can't see them. Right. At the moment, they all seem focused on the mongoose. Or the firefly.
Yup.
And he... Oh, he can shoot him from there. Okay. I think that side torso is the most dangerous part of him.
Here we go.
Try and strip that armor off. Oh wow, great movement there. May as well try and use as many precision strikes as possible. Okay, we went into the left torso, I think. Also, according to the Christmas owner, which I actually reproduced via a shake and bake.
What's up, Commander? Piece of cake.
No, McCracken doesn't do boffins. You take those filthy words out your mouth. McCracken finds real sexy ladies who are totally into him. And that's what McCracken does. You don't... it's seen as a bit of a faux pas to be, you know, to be doing anything with a boffin.
On it.
Like that, you know? Bit of a step down, you know what I mean? That's how that works. And don't get me wrong, some boffins are very pretty, but Comstar has the guidelines written very clearly. Wow, fuckers. Don't like my mongoose. It's going to be a PPC shot in LRM, I think, at that. Oh, it's going to hurt. Oh no, that's at the Firefly.
reporting. Heavy damage.
You stay within firing line there, Shadowhawk. Okay.
I'm showing.
It's gonna be a
minor
case of
damage.
just having to wear down one of the mechs and then I think basically get
Ready to
into the scrum essentially. Boffin fiddling, boffin interference. Oh no.
I'm on him.
I've created a chat monster. I thought you just put a photo of clap spitting on the head that's A-OK. Oh no!
Engaging target.
Again with this character assassination of poor McCracken.
Commander.
Though he does hold special place in his heart for Michelle Clapspaten. One day she'll see the light. At least that's what he tells me.
Standing by. Roger.
He has a face printed onto paper packs. Oh god. Okay. We destroyed the engine. So Shadow. Sorry, calls Shadowhawk down.
Internal damage, Commander.
Going internal on that. Oh, the Stinger might actually get into range. Ow. Oh no, they crit the tag. It's not destroyed though, that's a key part to remember. A Valkyrie now has line of sight, so at least it loses LRM-10. It's just using it on the wrong target. I would prefer it if they shot the Griffin.
Confirmed.
Okay. So I need to base. If I could blow off the right torso on the Griffin, I essentially take that out of the fight. Which is the exposed area, so if I get
Engaging target.
a hit on the right torso, that would be good. Of course, I shot the leg. The Javelin's finally navigated around that rock, and that's about as far as he's going to go. Alright, so the Mongoose. And apparently all of its shots will go into that side at least, so we might get lucky, might hit the right torso, maybe
What do you need?
cause an internal hit, blow off the
Mission confirmed.
right torso, or at least destroy the LRM. And what are we on? 25? It's a possibility. That one hit the arm, I'm pretty sure.
Ready for orders.
I need him to be a bit more maneuverable though, so jump jet out of the way. Really? He's got to overheat from this? Tag lasers generate heat? Okay. First I've heard of it, but let's go. This is, I thought, yes, you'll bounce back just like Alan Partridge. She'll see the light as he got her locked up somewhere. No, no, man, he's doing this impressive mating display for her in the form of semi-successful podcasts. No, my left arm. I don't even know if there's anything in the left arm. No, and a knockdown as well. What a cunt. Well, to be fair, I'm not that impressed by the Firefly. Oh, well, there we go. The Stinger did what the entire Lance couldn't. Blow off the right torso of the Griffin. And it's going to pay for that, because then the Griffin's going to kick it and blow off its left arm.
What are your orders, Skipper?
Could take the rear shot, but
Locking on.
Now it's
All
time to focus on the Centurion. Since the Griffin's literally got to run up a hill to do anything to us now. With no weaponry. And the Stinger's actually
Good to go.
being quite a good little harasser.
Move order received.
But does he have to wear the headdress while he's doing the mating display? So much fruit. Hey,
Confirmed.
McCracken spent a long time learning that dance. He doesn't understand money, so it's all for fame, and public displays of emotion to order. I think it would be very harsh on Paul McCracken here. I mean, like, I've heard a lot of complaints about him in the past, but honestly, I don't see what the problem is. You know, James McCracken is a likable guy. He's very friendly. He gets on with people. You know, he met Clapspaten a long time ago. It was just love at first sight. So he tells me. He says they're fated to be together. The poor man is in pain. Oh no, not the other arm. Oh god, it's just kicking limbs off each turn.
Order. All right. Back in the fight.
Alright, let's just hop behind that hill since you got an open CT for now. And just brace. Valkyrie, LRM, help your friend. Or shoot the Centurion, apparently. Greasiest Silvio Berlusconi. Oh no, poor McCracken. Oh, the public image of him. He point blank missed the AC-10 shot, but blew off the left torso. This Stinger pilot must survive. There we go, he ejected. Good, good.
Skipper.
You know what? He did his job very well, I think. I feel he did a good job there. He blew off the right torso of the Griffin, and he made life more difficult for the Centurion. So, overall, pretty good job.
I got you.
Oh, there goes his LRM ammo.
Ah, you like
And his
that?
left torso is destroyed, so that's not going to do him any good.
Copy that.
Denise? Who's Denise, Yobbo? It's Michelle Clapspaten.
That's a miss.
So unlike the fact he feels to spare, he tries to smuggle them in with cheap, fast boffins. He doesn't fuck boffins. What is this?
Targeting.
This is like the horses. Hey! Right, now we're just down to picking on a guy in a mech that's got no weapons.
Got it.
Cheap boffin sex. I don't know. What is it, you people? Where you going, Griffin? Oh, like, fat good you were, Javelin. Bloody hell.
Hey, yup. I'm there.
Oh well, I guess it's a turn where he can cool down for his peep. Don't know if I can... Oh, there we go. I can just get the mongoose in visual range. Just brace. I've got visual, so...
Yes, Commander. I'll make a step. Damn it. Commander.
There we go. Cicada, hopefully get this one. Cheap's being unfair. He has to pay them a substantial amount afterwards. Oh, no. No.
Got enemy's rear.
Those of you evil people. Who'd say such things about poor James McCracken? He tries his best to entertain you all. He is a Solaris great, remember?
Confirmed.
He's well respected in clan space. It was the Canopian hooker he had to pay. Well, that's fair. Alright, it was a rugby player, but...
All weapons. Go.
Yeah, alright, Yabo. Which league? Yeah, Super League. This is where it gets dangerous, because as we've seen in the last one, the annual punching of the mongoose usually results in loss of limb. We're trying to avoid that. There we go. Not bad, not bad. Okay, so the Firefly, St. Helens. It's not that rugby player. Let's not go that far, College. Not the one we know from Spartan Flops. Alright, let's see. I mean, a piece of a Centurion wouldn't be bad. It's a pretty decent all-round frontline combat mech. That said, I should probably get a spare medium, guaranteed at least. There we go. We got the Centurion part. Because now I can put the other medium on the other Talon. Fox about Wiccan Warriors. Oh no. This is going to come up later, isn't it, during the Halo recordings? He's going to be very scared. And you're looking forward to it, I know, of course. Right, so we're going to refit this. Stick another medium in that, so that's that done. Now, the Firefly is going to be interesting because the tag laser is gone. There's no way that can be replaced. I don't even have a spare small. So at the moment it's sat there.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
But I think there's a very good chance this could just go into storage, to be honest. If the store had another part of a Centurion, which I don't think it does, no, I would have probably picked that just to try to get Centurion, but in the meantime, we've got that to work on. I mean, I can replace that. I can have the 2 Talons and the Cicada and the Mongoose at the moment, so that's not too bad. Darius has still got to take his pound of flesh, of course. We've got to pay him. But we'll get all these works done, get the pilots back up. There we go. Let's see. Does anyone need any... Can anyone rank up at all?
Yes, Commander.
Commander,
Hardcore gets gunnery up.
Mech warrior training.
ready for orders.
Racer's actually had a mission. You're just... But to be honest, Racer, you're just the backup.
Training complete.
Orders.
Not quite yet. There was another mission I was going to run here. I was going to hop over, but this one is... I mean, should be a milk run, right? Right? It's 100k. It would just cover fuel costs, but we'll see. Swap those out and put Blaze back in. But Darius only taking £1 this time. Yeah, only this time. You got to be benevolent. That's why I slit your throat when we were floating at 22,500 meters below sea level. No, we tried to plasma torch each other to death so we could kill each other, but it didn't work, did it? You just took your suit off. I ran out of oxygen and died down there. Devin, Christ. That's the thing. Eagle Moss made a dirt. I pre-ordered the Rocinante from the Expanse pack in October, but because of announced shipping delays, it hasn't been shipped. They just announced a couple of days ago an XL version of the Rossi that's half again the size and more detail for not much more money. Immediately cancelled the order and ordered the XL. I have a feeling I'm far from the only one. Oh yeah, I bet. Also, hello Devin.
Everyone, stay frosty.
Where the fuck are we going? Do we have friendlies? This could do with a mini map, really, couldn't it? Game could do with a mini map. A map of Min. Of Min the Merciless. That's what it could do with. So these horrendous paint jobs. Get them moving. Get the mongoose up there just to have a look round. See what it can see. Can't see anything particularly important out there.
Location confirmed.
Move the
Copy that.
slightly larger units over. Get a look. Now to be seen. Now to be seen. Get the mongoose down there.
Piece of cake.
Got it.
Acknowledged.
Get the lance across the river, if possible. At least most of the lance across the river. Most of the lance across the river. Hit the tree line where possible for cover. No cover. Even though that tree should count as cover, it doesn't. Get the mongoose up there, like wait for it to ping any enemies. What's this? Dawn and Dusk, low light are applying 1 difficulty to weapon accuracy. Nice. Foggy is a 10% move reduction. And low gravity jump jet heat generated is reduced and ranges are increased. Death from above damage is reduced though. We have an enemy. Then I would like to have height.
On my way.
While Blaze sidles up next to them. And he can also have a little bit of a height advantage. You think Denise Van Houten? No worries, Joe. I was like, Denise, what did... God, you said... I was starting to second guess. I was thinking, like, did I ever mention a Denise now in one of the vids? Was that a secretary character or something? I was going mad. Filthy Capellan. Shoot them in the spine. Oh, ammo explosion, instant death.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Oh, this is a milk run. 50% of the enemy. Okay, well, that works. Watch this be an assault mech now. Be like, "Oh."
Right here.
So I hope everyone is, by the way, brushing their teeth to start kissing their ass of their new Microsoft overlords, of course, because let's face it, by the looks of it, Microsoft are going to own everything soon. They'll own all games. Every developer, every studio will be under their yoke. Sony lost $20 billion of value overnight after the purchase of Activision Blizzard. 20 billion. An absolutely insane amount of fucking money in one night. Ah, it's a little Capellan wasp. Yes, all glory to the micro visits.
What can I do you for?
Indeed.
Heading out.
Master was it? You missed a bit of a dicey mission at the beginning there that I finished, where our lancers had to, my lance and an AI lance that couldn't do anything had to take out 3 mediums that were 50 to 55 tons. That was a bit worrying, but this was a milk run that ended so quickly. There were literally 2 Capellan light mechs were just out in the mountains. We turned up, shot one in the back, and then shot the other one in the face. They didn't fire a single shot back. To be honest, that's the kind of mission that we need a lot more of with higher pay. But hey, salvage 100,000 in the bank, covers travel costs. We can head over to another planet now. Denise the Boffin could be a new character. Vague pastiche of Mrs. Doyle and Mrs. Brown. Oh my god, that's terrifying. Sony will start making graphics cards. They'll make the money back next week. Yeah, the Sony branded, yeah, it's like equivalent to an AMD or something. Yeah. 26 days to travel there. Oh, it's 13 days in-system jump. Fuck. It's only 9 days to go to the Tybolt system. Because I could go Tybolt and then... not any of those systems. They're all a bit friggin' terrifying. But maybe Almac in the future, but... I mean, how long does it take to travel to Almac, by comparison? 20. It would take me 20 days just to go to Almac, which is quicker than just jumping to New Florence because of the in-system travel time being so long. Plus, that is a pretty piss-poor world. Almac, at least, I guess, has an Innisphere level civilization. But I guess I also want to look for somewhere that's got half-decent equipment on it. Can use to buy spare parts and whatnot. Ronald, there we go. 1 day in system, 14-day travel. It's an aquaculture, Arctic world, chemicals, dominant fungus, extensive volcanism, large population, low gravity planet, megacity, mining, pirate presence, planet-wide forest, planet-wide mudflats, planet-wide civilization, recently colonized, recreation-rich travel hub. Let's go there.
By your command.
What's this? Would you like a cup of tea, Mr. McCracken? Go on. Say you will, yeah. Ventilation trouble. Replace the fan controllers. Ah, fuck's sake. Distribute portable fans to those affected. We'll pay the 50k, fuck's sake. Oh no, oh fuck it. Just those crappy little handheld fans, isn't it? Literally. It's just blowing warm air into your face. Everyone just sat there looking really fucking miserable and pissed off during a briefing. It's like, is there a problem? Anyone got any issues you want to bring up? Yeah, it's fucking hot. What are you gonna do about it? Not much of anything. Jesus, all of these cost a lot more than they used to. Fucking hell. It's more than an entire contract's worth. You have to do a lot more scrimping and fucking saving to get some of these and still stay financially viable. Fighting continues between minor powers in the Rimwood periphery. While it appears Capellan forces have increased raiding activity on Federated Sun systems near the periphery borders. 2 new mech variants have been spotted in the field. Throughout the LCAF, a new version of the beloved Commando has been seen, and it seems like it's causing quite a stir. Meanwhile, the neighbouring DCMS have unveiled the Hermes 3, which appears to be thanks to the fruit born of the Concord of Capteen. Hatchie's helpers have been dispatched to the Rimwood frontier to assist with an apparent periphery pox outbreak. Comstar has aided the helpers by providing priority HPG access routing for any reported outbreaks. A cure is still being searched for. Please report cases to any local Comstar adept. This has been the CNB May broadcast. Anyway. Yeah, Rich, I think you're right, Devin. Yeah, Rich is the only one I need to pay attention to with the planet. McCracken being vaguely attracted to Denise and seeing nothing wrong with her reminding him of Mum. I'm not, no, we're not bringing any Oedipus complex here with fucking McCracken, okay? No income tax, no VAT, no body bag, no guarantee. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, that's because Trigger's on board, isn't it? It's just playing that all the time. What the fuck? I thought they stopped manufacturing AA batteries back in the 22nd century. Where the hell did you dig up these handheld bullshit blowers? Yeah, it's just... It's like handheld fans. That's the only thing that just went... And they're all brightly coloured. They're all fluorescent, like pink and green and yellow and shit like that. They're just really bad. And you know, a member of the crew's gonna, like, while it's spinning, it's gonna stick their finger in, like, just going, ow, I didn't think it would hurt that bad. There's always that one person. You don't need to ask that question. You can watch them visibly wilting in the heat, giving breathing hot weathers fun.
Good to go.
Training complete.
Yes, Commander. Good to go.
Piloting.
Mech warrior
Piloting
training
increase for
complete.
Trigger. Alright, Trig. Oh, Doughboy. Oh, Trigger. Ah, okay, we've got a medevac. It is against the Feds on time. I'm trying to get my my rating on. Training day, which is the one where isn't that the one where we have to take a bunch of fucking idiots out? Unwelcome trespass. That's a battle. That's okay. I'll do the distraction if it's not against the Fed Sons, but it's against the Fed Sons. I may end up having to do a couple of these. That's against pirates, so I could do that one. That one's for the Capellans, and it's against pirates in an urban centre. I think we can work with this one. I don't mind working for the for them while I'm trying to build rep, and I'm only trying to build rep with the Fed Sons because better paydays, and not the do do and do 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 and do 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 do. You can name him Rodney after Dave. Remember when Payday 2 was a thing? And yet, it still exists, but I'm not really sure who actually gives a shit anymore. Apparently it's like microtransactions as fuck as well. I know they got like Payday 3. Love the concept, by the way, though. Payday 1, Payday 2 were fun. The idea of cooperatively basically robbing places and shooting an unending wave of police officers. That was a bit crazy, but some of the missions could get a bit difficult, but it was cool when you could do them stealth and not trigger any of the alarms and get out with the stuff. That was kind of cool. So I think the heists needed a bit more variation. Let's get eyes on, folks. Lead the way, Merc. Well, at least there's less chance of the units getting stuck. It looks like... What have we got? What the fuck? It has a Wasp. A Wasp and a Scorpion. Und... Vedette? Is that it? Is that what we got? Nope, we also got another one here. Valkyrie. That's obvious. That fell off the back of a dropship. Capellans don't usually use Valkyries unless they've managed to scrape them off the battlefield somewhere. Usually off a Federated Sons member. Right, so we've got contact. We've got 3 enemies. If I go there, they can see, but if I go here... Bit risky, I know, because the AI could just move into a position to shoot me. But then I think I can Spiegel probe them. We can see what we're up against. Alright, we've got a Gladiator. A Gladiator, a Dervish, and a Javelin. Okay. Have they updated the Gladiator model? Oh no, it's the same one. Still, it's a decent mech. I'd love to get hold of the Gladiator. 55-ton medium, couple of medium lasers, 2 LRM-10. A nice sort of solid, dog's body type mech. I'd love for the mouse to actually let me click the location. Thank you, game.
Moving out.
Unfortunately, it's not a mech Scorpion, it's the tank Scorpion. I would love for them to add quad mechs into this, but even the mod teams of these things seem to have something against the poor bloody quad mechs. They never get added.
Waiting for orders.
Clearly there's some kind of conspiracy.
Location confirmed.
Hunchback 4J? What? Oh, you mean as in for a good versatility?
Skipper. I'm rolling.
I think the major downside of the Hunchback 4J is that, like all Hunchbacks, a majority of the weapons in that right torso, so it becomes a very desirable target. Whereas at least the Gladiator has a more evenly spread weapons payload, so you know, if the right torso goes, it can still, you know, be 50% effective. Though that isn't to say, obviously, some like Hunchbacks aren't poorly armed or armored in any way. Why a Gladiator, not 4J? As I said, I think it's because of the more even spacing on the weapons, for me anyway. It's 5 ton heavier as well, which means it probably carries a bit more ammo, and it's got jump jets. Ah, I knew they were going to go for the bongos. Yeah, that's Sabertooth. Also, personally, I think the Gladiator looks better than the Hunchback. But that's because it looks like an ugly spud of a mech. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, it isn't winning any fucking beauty contests anytime soon. Look at it. I don't know why it's cow pattern. By the way, I don't know what they were thinking. Like, these pirates apparently landed.
Commander.
I thought, boys, this is it. Put on your best fucking cow paint jobs because we're going to war. We're going to land on this fucking planet. We're going to raid it. Take all its riches for ourselves. And we're going to do it with the most cow paint scheme ever developed. Yeah, no worries, man. Let's fuck up this Gladiator.
Locking off with all weapon systems.
Obviously, you know, I'd love a headshot, get a couple of bits of salvage for it,
You like
buy
that?
myself a Gladiator. That would be nice. Gladiator, ready. Oh, fuck. Go away, Javelin, nobody likes you. Oh, right. This AI Javelin will use his friggin' jump jets, but the other one in the previous mission, no. It was against his religion to use jump jets, wasn't it? Very, very, very bishy, bullshit. I don't think he does not have a collective amount of firepower that he can shoot now to destroy the building that the Gladiator's on. So I guess we're just going to have to hope that the AI can take some shots. Either at the Gladiator or at the building he's stood on. But of course the AI seem very content to just take the smallest distance they possibly could and focus on very different targets. Scorpion tank. It's got an AC-5. Oh, he takes a shot. Okay, hits the side torso of the Gladiator. The Dervile. It's probably going to LRM. Yeah. Focusing on the poor mongoose. He did nothing wrong. He did nothing to nobody. It's the classic Turian battle cry. Moo. Yeah. Vedettes in the... I've always noticed that Vedettes have really bad accuracy in this mod. Ow, you fucker. Yeah, Capellan's... yeah, it's it's a bit random, isn't it?
Yup.
Well, if nothing else, the Gladiator is overheating itself to do this. I mean... Apparently there's a potential I can miss this building with the PPC. Not quite sure how that works, but... And yet, I apparently did.
What's up, Commander?
We just need to use the two mediums, I think, to finish the building off. Drop him down. Damage his legs.
I could do
Don't know
this
what state
all
that leaves
day.
him in. Did he fall over? Ow. I think he's out of the fight, actually. Ow, 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 you fucker. Oh wow, it did. It actually took him out. I'm not sure what was destroyed on him, though. Possibly his legs? I'm not sure, 100%. You know what? You hop over the fucking wall, you bitch. Feel the full firepower of the small laser.
Commander. Aye, aye.
So why did the Turians in the ranks after ice creams? It's weird. He had the cornet, yeah.
On it.
The cornetto, the whippy, the 99.
Damage minimal.
Yeah, can you stop shooting me, please? Or at least stop shooting my mongoose. The AI definitely puts a lot of stock in the Valkyrie's LRM abilities. Hey! Missed shot, as I said. That just seems to be vedettes in general. Vedettes, oh, can it? Ah, yeah, there you go. Missed again. Blew up a building. Scorpion missed a blew up a building. Vedette fucking railed a
What's
building.
your order, Skipper?
Oh, let's go Rayman.
Acknowledge.
Watch the arms detach.
I'm on him.
Bonk.
Right here.
If he wants to get this close, fuck him. It's just gonna be called Punch Fest. Punch and Kick Fest. Knocked down. Both his arms got blown off, which means literally nothing for a javelin. Why did they call the head of the TF the Tutti Frutti? Oh man. Elevation advantage, whatever mod that was, it was beyond stupid when I got a chance to watch it in action. It's probably Rogue Tech. I know Rogue Tech did have a lot more sort of different mechanics running in the background. And he ejected. Yobbo will not approve of this, ejecting while lying on your back. Okay, so the dervish is still down there, and I can't actually go to a position to see him because he's right up against the wall. Where's the ramp down? If there is one. No, there's one all the way over here. Oh, guess we'll get sprinting.
Hauling ass.
Better the Tutti Frutti uncle in the TAF Shepherd. Oh, he had it in. That Scorpion. Oh, he did nothing wrong. Vedette, avenge your crewmate. Oh, there you go. Oh, you machine gunned him. Yay! That was your one contribution so far.
Receiving you.
I don't know. Aim shot.
Firing a full salvo.
Oh God! If I'd hit the building, but behind, I might have accidentally dropped the. I might have dropped the wasp onto the floor. That would have been bad. Bessie! Oh God, yeah, would that be a hell of a rank, wouldn't it? Ah! Bessie, come in! Is that his name? No, that's his rank. His name's Frank. Weirdo. This is Bessie Carmichael. He'll be heading up the operation. Bessie Carmichael? Yes, that's the ranks here in the Taurian Concordat. You've got to feel bad for the poor TAF. They have to stay in Swansea for multiple years. They picked up a particular talent in sheep shagging, is that what you're saying? I got the arm, that's a couple of his weapons gone.
Ready for orders. Copy that.
Call sign Milker, Heifer, Longhorn.
I copy.
Right, torso gone, okay.
That hit something good.
Just stressed, he's only up against 6 mechs and a tank. In his lone 55 tonner. He's got this. The Vedette once again proves that they can't aim for shit. Of course, he's going to kick the mongoose and the side torso is going to come off. Oh, just the right arm. Okay, that makes a change. It's weird. It's like this mod. Talons don't trigger any enemies. They won't shoot them. They won't look at them. They can be anywhere on the field and they don't give a fuck. But as soon as you put a mongoose in front of the AI in this mod, they're like, I'm gonna own that. I'm gonna fucking mount that thing's head on my wall. I don't know what it is. You can have an Atlas on the field, and the first thing that the other assault mech's going to shoot at is rather than the other Atlas, it's just going to go, there's a mongoose. It'll just focus down and just murder fuck it. I don't understand what it is with the mongoose. There are mechs with less armor than that mongoose. I think the cicada in some places has less armor. It doesn't focus those. It just goes, that. I'm going to kill that. No, it's like medium lasers. There's 2 bits of gladiators available. I got, yes, cool. I got both parts of the gladiator. That's great. That is really good. I'm so close to actually having a gladiator in this mod. Listen, so you're playing around with a U-boat mod in Barotrauma. Really nice layout, not too complex. So I think we could actually run it. Well, I mean, I can technically run any of the vehicles. Ah, there's Yang. Always there with the with the help there. We're going to have to do some repairs. Really? Really? Are we going to have to repair? I'll tell you what, Yang. There's a reason that we kept you on board.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
Wasn't because of your looks, you fucking idiot. Of course we need to repair the mech. It got its arm kicked off, you divvy. Like a fucking mechanic crew that obviously treat me like a goddamn moron. Oh, hey, boss. Just to let you know, without that arm, it can't fight. Oh, no, really? Wow. I'm glad you're here, Yang, because I thought mechs could just keep moving after being, after having their leg blown off. God, Christ, I'm blessed that you're here, because I'm pretty sure no one else would tell me that. I don't think anyone else would have the guts to fucking tell me. You're a swell fucking guy. You tit. And slap him across the head. You could toggle the lights to red alert for giggles. This shows how hated that bloody meerkat ad was in the future. No, go, yeah. It's not Yang's fault. He's only treating you like the officer you are. No. I know that if the mech loses the grub nuts, then it can't work properly. I've put all new rubber mats in the cockpit. All of his previous messages, that's the one we get. It's like, yeah, we're going to have to do some repair squad. I would prefer it if Yang got angry and said, like, the fuck are you doing? Stop bringing the mechs back in bad shape. I'd be like, oh, you know what, fuck you, but fair enough. It's my fault that the arm got blown off, yeah. Instead, when he turns up with a message that just sounds like a condescending prick of a fucking message of like, hey, you're gonna have to get this repaired, Commander. No! No! Really? Really? You don't fucking say. No! Oh, man. Fuck, Yang, you've just saved my goddamn life. I was gonna go back out there with no armor, holes in the engine, you know, leaking like reactor coolant. I was just gonna run it out there, but you know, now that you've pointed out that it needs patching, I put it in your hands, man. It's down to you. Commander, my superiors told me to provide support when people engage attacks on the side. Okay. Oh, it's another Merc unit. Ah. Okay, I mean, alright, it's a Locust and a Spider. Not much in the way of support, but I guess you take what you can get, right? Like, so we've been dropped onto a raised platform, so we're gonna have to run around
On the move.
this way,
Position
I think.
confirmed.
Plus, if there are reinforcements that are gonna turn up, at least I can sort of be a little further back. Ah, it's alright. The Locust and the Spider will find them first. I was assuming that Yang gets a larger cut from Darius than what is stated in the financial records. If he... I wouldn't be surprised, actually, now that you say it. They're probably in it together, aren't they?
Standing by.
No, game.
Full throttle.
Jesus Christ. Just tearing through structures.
Ready for orders.
Yo, Fedsons, guys, you might want to wait for us to catch up. You know, the mercs that were hired. We got dropped a long way away from the actual combat zone, so...
Going full throttle.
Yang's heard the message that Darius sends you, and he's assumed you may be a little slow.
Skipper. 10-4.
Ah, it's the Draconis March Militia. Okay. Yep, the AI doing the reserve game. Oh, well, I reserve. No, yeah, I reserve. No, I insist. No, I insist. You should go first. No, you should go first. No, you should go first. No, you should go first. Back and forth. Well, the 1M Locust was a bit more effective. Yep, well, here comes those reinforcements I mentioned.
Full throttle.
They can't all be missions with 2 people. The reserve game. Nah, fuck you. Nah, fuck... Yeah, it's basically that, yeah.
Something I can do. Bustin' up.
Series Metals.
Waiting for orders. Affirmative.
What are your orders, Skipper?
Right. So, got these 2 now who are jumping around like nutters and missing. Sounds about right. We got this guy. It's an Herbie. It's a PPC Irby. Uriel Godfight. This is the Battletech extended mod, basically. Commander's Edition. Oh, okay. The Locust immediately went in for a headbutt. Right, okay. What's your Locust set up for? 2 LRM5s and a medium laser? Oh, right. What are you going to do? Headbutt things? You go for it. Is anyone surprised? Not 100% sure what those are. I mean, they look familiar, just... Stinger and a Javelin. Right, okay. What we got there? Stinger. They're in range, so it's not in visual range. You know what this game really missed, and it's a feature that I loved from a lot of these types of games. Overwatch, as a function. Being able to move and set your mechs to go like, if anything crosses your line of fire here, you light them the fuck up.
Confirmed.
No ifs, no buts, no canyon nuts, you just fucking shoot. Why I can't tell my Lance to move up into this narrow corridor of the street, and then basically tell them to light up the first thing that goes into their crosshairs, I don't know. It would be cool if I could do that. It's a nice tactical option. It's one I miss from this game, compared to a lot of others. I've been playing Warhammer 40k Battle Sector, and I agree with you, Naman, it definitely is not anything close to tabletop, but it's still enjoyable. Plus, the number of dead Tyranids on the map by the end of the mission is ridiculous. So many little insectoid corpses. It's crazy. Did not go very well for you there, Locust. You decided to go headbutt mechs for some reason. You don't like that urban mech, though, do you? One gets the feeling, though, that the Locust is not long for this world. Although it looks like the Stinger is going to come over here.
Yeah?
I'll have sightline on the Irby if I move one of the Talons over there.
Coordinates received.
Given the often randomized pathfinding that the AI uses, it could break the game. I don't think the AI in this game is smart enough for an Overwatch feature to allow it to retain even the slimmest bit of balance. Probably, but still, I'd love to see it. I'm sure there's a mod out there that added it at some point or another. Yeah, there's no point in using the precision strike, it's just not in range. So it doesn't add enough accuracy bonus to make the shot worth it. Yeah, I'd just be better off trying my luck at this range.
Copy that, Commander.
I mean, it's not my fault that the two friendlies decided to charge in and then they got flanked
Got
by
shit.
enemy reinforcements.
Yes, Commander.
Oh yeah, it's basically a paper mech, but it's also a mech that should be that shouldn't be running up and headbutting urban mechs. It's a mech that should be charging up to a distance and then just loosing LRM fire ridiculously fast, expending its ammo and then getting the hell out of there. Crazy bastard here from the Draconis March Militia has decided, I'm going for it. I suppose the close range negates the punch of the PPC, but this being the AI, he just got peeped right in the face and the pilot died. Spiders are a little more evasive for the most, for the most part, so we'll see how this goes.
Waiting for orders.
Apparently that puts him in optimum range for his PPC and medium lasers, so I want to say optimum range, virtually no great shot, but
done.
Ah, good old PPCs living up to my standards here, i.e. they don't hit shit.
You got it.
What would also be a terrifying way to find out when intel's wrong and that the light resistance is a fucking Atlas in Overwatch and you just waltzed your happy ass out in front of it in the worst way? Well, I mean, it would put more of an emphasis on actual, using the tactics of being able to scan your environment and making sure that your enemy is where they should be and knowing exactly what you're going up against.
Some nasty on that sumbitch.
Give you more reason to bring a light mech, wouldn't it? But then again, that's also a case where the game may have benefited from allowing you to have, say, more than one lance of mechs by default, and being able to maybe give you access to vehicles as well, since a lot of the vehicles are kind of custom built for the role of recon,
Good to go.
or at least do better in that role. It's a weird thing, isn't it? You know, the original Mech Commander and that didn't allow it. Mech Commander 2 was a bit slow with those kind of things. It was a bit better. This comes out, it's a long time, you know, since we had any kind of Mech Commander type games. And then when they do it, it's still just a single lance. And I guess budgetary concerns, engine limitations, I don't know. Probably a mix of things, so that was the reason they went. Maybe that was the balance for the campaign. It just needs to be built around one lance. Don't need you getting more in-depth with having multiple lances. Whatever their reasoning. I'd love for HBS to announce some kind of Battletech 2 or whatever. I know that they've been very quiet for a long time. Whatever their new project is. Oh good. Oh wow, there's a surprise. They focus on the mongoose. I wonder why. No idea. Whenever they do though, they always seem to take an aim shot on the mongoose, which pushes it back one phase. I have no idea why the AI focuses the mongoose so badly. Maybe because it's got a beagle probe, so it just rates it that way. I don't know.
Taking the shot.
You missed with a small laser on the building?
Skipper.
Surely, right? It's a 1-to-1 shot. Okay, like you fire, it's a building. They can't be more than 20-30 feet away from it, and yet somehow, some way, this fucking idiot missed. Mr. Skyscraper. How does the game even reason that? It should just be a straight up you fucking hit. This fence pilot's like really crazy. Just wants to. They're just going all in, punching this Irby. I don't think it can. It might fire its PPC. It is the AI. Yeah, it did, which means it's overheated, right? Oh, we actually didn't overheat fire. Okay. Yeah, I think you're right, Uriel. Yeah, it's definitely more of a skirmish simulator than an actual combat simulator. There's just certain things you look at and go like, wow, oh Christ, headshot. Alright.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Well, that's the reinforcements killed. Now just time to deal with the original two. Can the spider survive? Probably not. He'll probably get hit at some point. Also, we'll say one possible hot take regarding Microsoft's recent acquisition. They mean that there's basically all of a Snowflake's chance in Microsoft giving the MechWarrior franchise any direct attention if PGI doesn't continue with it.
Right here.
I mean, to live up to a reputation of beating horses to death, with PGI, they're done. MechWarrior and PGI are a done thing now. There's nothing left. They're owned by an investment group. The investment group has already moved them onto other projects. There's definitely not a cat in hell's chance that this next project is going to be a MechWarrior related project. I mean, Russ already said it was an original one way back anyway. They've shown about as much interest in continuing the MechWarrior franchise as I have in losing weight
What's up, boss?
at this point. Because they just don't care. Russ wanted everybody to love it. He expected everyone to rush out My MechWarrior 5. It didn't happen. They didn't make the money that they told the Epic they would, or the investment group they would. And here they are. For some reason, I guess they hedged all of their remaining bets on a console release of MechWarrior 5. And surprise, surprise, when you release a game that had middling reviews on PC onto a market that's not really known for the for the console releases of this franchise, people don't want to buy it. Shocker, right? Where's the fan base installed? PC. Where do we want to try and make more money from? Console. No one's going to buy it. Especially when consoles have way better offerings in some areas.
Engaging target.
It's basically the final nail in the coffin for the video game side. Yeah, I think so. I think as a franchise, to be honest, MechWarrior as a franchise needs to rest. It needs to get the stink off it from PGI. It's too tarnished at this point. There's too much bad press around it. There's too many people. I mean, even games media, like they very rarely, if ever, mention PGI. And if it was another developer that suddenly announced that they were making a MechWarrior game, all the websites would pick it up again. But I think everybody knows that it's a joke.
Commander.
Like, they are a joke, and they're not worth investing any fucking column space in. And every time they did, most of the responses were either people saying like stay away from it because PGI are terrible, or people going like I didn't even know this game existed.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
Which, and that happened consistently for years. Every time there was an article about it, most of the comments were people going like I didn't even know this was a thing, which is really bad. Most free-to-play games are known about in some respect.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
PGI couldn't even achieve a modicum of notoriety or just general product recognition. Nobody was aware that they were there. That's what's terrible about it. MechWarrior 5, I think, at best, has got one more DLC in it. At best. If it doesn't appear, I won't be shocked. But maybe, possibly, a DLC that might add some more mission types and some more mech variants. But we sure as shit won't see any new mechs. We sure as shit won't see the clans at this point. Because if clans were going to be added, it would have happened by now. He's going to punch the mongoose. He missed, luckily. But the fact that the AI have a bizarre infatuation with mongoose is a bit strange. Also, my pilots are all blind.
Oh, you just wait, you.
Ready to rock.
They are literally Hitler. They can't hit shit.
Orders.
Guys, it's got one leg.
Move order received.
It's hobbling. Yes, alright. Granted, guys, in the talents, okay. Granted, PPCs aren't the most accurate at short range, whatever else, okay? I understand in this game, for some reason, the closer a target is within your optimum range, the less chance of it hitting. But it's not like there's much intervening terrain. There's this tree, and the fucking wasp stands over it, you tit. 4 medium lasers between you, and one of them hit. I mean, what's going on, guys? Why is it the cicada is the one that actually got a hit on this fucking wasp, eh? And that caused him to eject. You people need to get your fucking eyes checked. Or at least cybernetic replacement eyes. Got a better chance. What was that? Remember when Russ Ballsack said in the presence of leading members of Catalyst and Hairbrain that PGI basically says, right? Oh, I'll never forget it. I'll never forget the look that Jordan Wiseman shot him when that look of, you fucking what? Or that Randall Bills looked incensed. Because this dumbass just sat there and basically shat all over what the Catalyst people have been doing for years. Yeah. But that's Russ. He's so full of himself. Because that was the first convention. That was oh, this is it. We've hit the big time. Look, we spent all this money on a hall. And look, these people have turned up. This is it. Now we're going to hit the big time. People are going to spend more money and they're all going to be into it. Mech Online's going to go to new heights. And it did nothing because it was terrible. There was nothing there. There was some gaming tables for tabletop. There was the demo booth for Battletech, HBS Battletech. And then there was the Mech Warrior Championships. That's it. That's all there was. Nobody was there for that. People were hoping to actually see something. And what did they reveal? Oh, we got a new mech coming, everybody. You're going to love it. It's made up. It's just bullshit because we couldn't sell t-shirts with our art on it because the license doesn't cover the ability to sell merchandise like that. So we have to make our own mech to sell t-shirts, which obviously initially they denied that was the case. They said it was a reward for the artist for some reason. And then years later, I think it's when they announced the what's the pirate one called? The third one, I forget what its name is now. The Corsair. When they put the Corsair out for sale, they said, "Oh yeah, it's because we can't sell any t-shirts, so we did this." So then they can put a Corsair mech on a t-shirt, because that's Battletech, folks. By saved, did you mean he took it out the back and sprayed its brains all over the ports with a 45? When the AI looks at the mongoose, it thinks, simples, and then the red mist descends, yeah. The fact that they had the audacity to say it in the first place, and saying the fact that he actually had the insanity to say it in front of the people actually saving the franchise, Russ proved what a proper cunt he was. And yeah, the fact that they tried to deny it, that was so bad. I know, I caught it in the fucking neck. I had people saying that I was being a cunt because I was attacking the artist. I wasn't attacking Alex Iglesias at all. I was saying that the framing their bullshit around this idea of, oh, it's a reward for the artist. I said, is it not reward enough for the artist that they get paid for their work? Which I would say is better, right? What? Yeah, you contracted him to then make a new mech, which he did. It was okay. If I had to objectively look at the design that you came up with, yeah, it looks okay. It looks like an agromech that's been modified for combat. I don't really know why we needed that when there were so many other battle mechs, but then, as I said, we found out later on, because it turned out that they needed the fucking cash so they could print merch. That was it. It's the whole fucking reason. You have a Phoenix Hawk 2C on a t-shirt. You've never owned or used Phoenix Hawk 2C. Which mech is that, Rocket? I'll say it's the Roughneck and the Sun Spider. As designs, they look perfectly fine. But ultimately, when you have a franchise that has as storied a history, both on tabletop and in MechWarrior as a franchise of games, they wasted 3 slots that probably would have made more money. Let's face it, the Sun Spider could have easily just been the Stone Rhino. It would have sold spectacularly. And as far as the 2 Inner Sphere offerings were concerned, the Corsair could have easily been any other assault mech of the Inner Sphere lineup. And the Roughneck could have been any other heavy that was picked. It could have been, like, they could have put in the fucking Sunder or something like that. You know? Yeah, visually they look fine. But they're not battle mechs. They're just made up. They're just things that are there. Titan attack. We have a secret listening post, blah 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 blah. Let's get Stabby in there. I don't want to do that. Story based. Backyard barbecue. What the fuck? An urban battle. There's a lot of money in this urban battle. Fucking hell, what's with all the missions just being like the only battle ones and they're all against the feds? Okay. Alright, that paying a phenomenal amount, so what... I'm interested in trying this, so... We're gonna save scum this first. Possession. Battle. Right, we're gonna have friendlies on the field. I'm actually surprised Darius hasn't told me that we need heavier mechs, but here we go. No, they never did Innisphere Omnis. They admitted themselves that it would basically break the balance to the point where clan tech would be pointless. Hello, Lego Masterminder. Guten Morgen. Hello. Oh, back in a sec. I just heard the post-it man. So go see what he has brought. Yes, of course. The letter we all want to get from our internet service providers. The best kind of letter. The one that states our bill is going to increase in cost. Our prices are going up from the 1st of March. Ah, brilliant. How much are you going to gouge me for extra? £5.75 a month? Jesus Christ. Rip-off bastards. First chance I get to get gigabit fucking internet connection and drop the TV. Because we don't even watch TV anymore. We don't watch like Netflix and stuff like that. Yeah, there is a suspicious amount of Capellan work here, isn't there? I don't think this mission will actually be doable. I'm actually more keen to see what the friendlies are, but I'm also getting the impression there's no friendlies. Alright, so we're just against vehicles, so it could be heavier vehicles.
On my way.
If it's heavier vehicles, I'll try and use the terrain, get up close and just kick them to death, because mechs do more damage in this game to vehicles by stomping on them. What do you mean, are the Turians a colony? What is that supposed to mean? What's that supposed to mean, demand? Colony? Colony of what?
Roger
Colony of
that.
ants?
You got it.
Surprise Demolisher and SRN carrying Overwatch. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Overwatch mode could easily work against you, but come on, it would be so useful as well as a player tool.
Move order received.
I got you.
Apparently these vehicles are just off in the distance. Nice little mining setup we got here. Although actually, ooh, what happened here?
I've got eyes on hostile
Oh,
reinforcements.
good, reinforcement max, and I don't have anything to help here. Oh, and the mechs are going to be big, aren't they? I mean, if it was enemy mech reinforcement, that would be fine. It's not going to be enemy mech reinforcement. It's going to be a lance. There's 2, there's 3, there's 4. Yeah, there they all are. And the first thing poking its head over the hill is a dervish. If we were to activate the Beagle probe, apparently we will not be in range. Yeah, so there's a Stinger. It's not bad, but if I had a friendly lance with me, it would probably work out better. For some reason my escape key won't work. Not quite sure why. Oh, right. So if I press escape, it doesn't bring up the menu. So I'm interested, if I restart the mission, will... I know this has a... That explains it. Russ is a Capellan. How else would he have been so devious? He's Russ Mano Lau. Yeah, that's what I'm going to try. I also want to see if it will generate a friendly lance, because if there's a friendly lance, I'll try it. As long as it's relatively flattish terrain like this, I can at least sort of try and bait the enemy toward them, and then as soon as they get within a certain range, the friendlies should go like full berserker mode and just charge off to fight. But if it doesn't, then I'll just reload the save.
Command interface initiated.
Looks like it's going to be the same mission then,
Man,
yeah.
it is a sea of green out there.
Fair enough, fair enough. Oh, now my escape key works. Weird. Right, I'll just load that game. Excuse me. Hope I'm not getting this cold again, because if I do, I'm going to be pissed. Well, I mean, I'll just be sick, to be honest. Like, there's no point in being angry at that point. You got the cold, so, you know, you're done in. Oh, alright, see you, man. Thanks for popping in. No, you getting already miserable if you caught the cold. Hey, Frosty. Oh, Frostscythe, sorry. Hey, Frostscythe. Plasma grenade to the head will indeed soon sort that. You're right, Culture. There's unfortunately nothing really on this world that's worth mission-wise, I mean. It's going to be a case I'm just going to have to milk run a lot of stuff. I'm also... if anyone's wondering, the reason I'm hanging around this area space is I'm waiting for the invasion of Lao to kick off. Because there should be some pretty lucrative contracts in that. I'm just trying to find a world out. I know Master 156 is going to go, use the filters, but the problem is if you use the filters, it lags the game, and that's the problem. If you use the filters, it's really not worth it. Let's go to Toon. Still find it amusing in Shaun of the Dead that they had to rewrite a scene where one of them says, "Oh my God, she's so pissed," to be, "Oh my God, she's so drunk," specifically for the American market. Yeah, well, you mean like changing Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone to Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone because they didn't think that American audiences would know what Philosopher's Stone is, which led to the jokes of Harry Potter and the Bernie Hot Cup and Harry Potter and the Quiet Room. Comstar News Bureau. Acting on claims that date back over 7 centuries, the Capellan Confederation invaded the Federated Sun's world of Redfield and is currently occupying it. Elements of the 1st St. Ives Lancers and McCarran's Armoured Cavalry were among the CCAF units involved in the invasion. The AFFS have been slow to respond to this incursion. Reports of a new Capellan battle mech seen in the engagement appearing to be nothing more than some sort of Franken-mech amalgamation they are calling the Cataphract, rather than a truly new design. There's also been reports of a new urban mech refit in the service of House Lau, which adds further anti-personnel capabilities with a machine gun by downgrading the sanctioned number of heatsinks. Meanwhile, the Lyran Commonwealth continues to gear up for war with the Cyclops Incorporated's new hover tank, the Drillson. With its primary armaments of a large laser and LRM-10, can cause a considerable amount of damage at range. Comstar Publishing is proud to announce their latest effort to keep the light of the Innosphere burning bright with the release of Technical Readout 3025. This compendious tome lists the capabilities and history of the most common pieces of military hardware used by the successor states. While our primary focus is on battle mechs, we've included chapters on combat vehicles, aerospace fighters, dropships, jump ships, and even the pinnacle of Star League technology, the Land-Air Mech. All accompanied by brilliant illustrations, this volume is a must for all from historian to mech warrior. Copies can be purchased at reputable booksellers or digitally downloaded via Comnet. This has been the CNB June broadcast. What? Sorry, I don't pay attention to Harry Potter, but even I know what the concept of Philosopher's Stone is, at least in terms of alchemy, thanks. Yeah, did you not know that? Yeah, if you check it, in the States, it's called the Sorcerer's Stone instead of the Philosopher's Stone. Because Warner Brothers thought that US audiences wouldn't know what a Philosopher's Stone is, so they changed the name. I'm pretty sure the book is still called a Philosopher's Stone in the States, if you were to buy it there. What's this, Frostlife? I guess I joined at an interesting time talking about some old MechWarrior drama. Gotta say, I was really pissed when they made MechWarrior 5 an exclusive for Epic, especially for a franchise that desperately need a larger audience. Yep. They just took all the hype and just smothered it. That was essentially what they did. I don't know why. I was honestly, I was looking forward to that game. I was really kind of up for some good, just silly cooperative fun in battle mechs, running around, having battles and stuff like that, and it just fell off a cliff. This should be alright. It's an escort mission, so I got the friendly vehicles. This should be fine. Good old escort mission. We love escort missions. Oh, hey, Front. GOG.com would release the old MechWarrior games if you could just play MechWarrior 4 again. On my Discord, there's a channel with, I think it's the MechWarrior discussion channel. I think there's a pinned post in there, Frostlife, from Ostego. And he posted guides on how to get the older games to work on modern systems. So you should be able to play MechWarrior 2, Mercenaries 3 and 4 without too much issues. Yeah, they could be a bit of a pain, but yeah, if you're on my Discord, yeah, have a look around there. And as Devon points out, yeah, you can get MechWarrior 4 Mercenaries, or at least it was available freeware. There's probably a link for it still somewhere out there. Alright, looks like we do have some friendlies. Ismail Brown there. Looks like we've got a fire starter. Oh, he's just going to be stuck up there, isn't he? Fire starter, Vedette, Wasp, and a goblin. Little goblin. See the little goblin driving around the... Oh, we've got enemies right off the bat, and I don't want to run through the spores. Thank you very much. No spore fields for me, thank you. Do. Oh, there's a lance out here. Okay. Let's do a beagle ping.
Sensor lock on target.
Just get an idea what an early enemy target is.
Receiving you.
Oh, really? So if he steps there, he's got sight? Really? 8% chance to hit. Fuck it, let's go for it. And it hit. It blew his leg off with an 8% chance to hit. All I can say to that is, rather than being, oh yeah, that was amazing, more like, fuck you, game.
Got it.
Because so many times now I've had 53, 76, 80% chance to hit, fire, whiffs. 8% chance on a single PPC at range, and the game just goes, yeah, you hit it, and blew the leg off, well done. Fuck you, game. Fuck you in the ass.
10-4. Dang, that's a miss.
Yeah, of course, the friendly walks straight into the spore cloud, because, you know, brain. fire starter might actually be in range to hit something. Oh shit, Jenna. That is a little threatening. Oh shit, it's the 50 in regulars. Oh. We're doing some actual, actually half decent Curitan pilots here. I mean, outside of that, poor bastard got his leg shot off, but... Well, he's not letting one leg being destroyed be a detriment to him. He's living his best life and going for the mongoose, of course, the fucking mongoose, not the thing that shot his leg off, not moving to a different position to fire it out. No, he gets up, hobbles over, fires a single shot at the mongoose. Petty, that's what you are, game. Petty. That's all I could call it. You're just a petty little game. Now kill my poor mongoose.
Good to go.
I suppose I don't need to move, do I really? 63% chance at PPC. Whiffs and hits a hillside. Could somebody fucking explain how that's supposed to work in this game?
I'm rolling.
That an 8% chance for a single PPC just blows the leg clean off, but a 63% chance... Oh, there we go. Like if we hit the left torso, that one.
Critical hit.
Makes no sense. This game is so fucking weird.
Position confirmed.
Reasons, physics, yeah. Hey, TDO Stalker.
Roger that.
Right, well, he didn't live long,
Enemy
and he had a bit of a rough time, to be fair to him. Oh, what classic, amazing move. Friendly Wasp pilot. I mean, you did it all there, mate. I don't want to move the mongoose up to shoot at the Jenna because I've got this horrible feeling that the Jenna's just going to run up and shoot it or kick it. It shows the miss chance. I think you're right, Front. Yeah, I should look at it the opposite. If it's 8% chance, that means it's a 92% chance to hit. And yeah, he went straight for the mongoose. So I'm glad I had guard. I knew it was going to do something like that. Nope. Wasp. That's probably also going to shoot at the mongoose. Oh, yeah. Okay, went for the cicada. Surprised. Surprised I am. Vedette. It's going to miss anyway. It's a Vedette. They never hit. If a Vedette hits, it's some kind of... It must be the end of the world. To be fair, he did have a shit time. His part in the battle began with hostiles on my toes. My leg's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, like, his run was a bit rum, but it's just the fact that after he got his leg blown off, he didn't decide to go. You know what? I gotta fall back. I can't do anything here. I'm just gonna pull out of this, guys. He just decided to. Oh, it's all right, man. Follow me. It's like walks over the hilltop, just starts firing. That is the exciting noise of it. I thought you were off, Naman, by the way. You're just hanging around, just causing trouble now, aren't you? Yeah, he must have, leg destroyed, reverse disable, yeah. Oh yeah, tomorrow's stream, the vote was Deep Rock. There's still a pretty decent chance we'll have Davros, but due to, I mean, as many of you know now, there's always, you know, the chance of a medical issue. It could be that we stream Hold Fast tomorrow instead, since that was the second highest vote.
All weapons committed.
Mainly because Davros is trying to recuperate some, basically some torn skin on one of his legs or his buttock or something like that. It basically when they moved him, it wasn't pleasant, and yeah, caused him a bit of damage. So he may not be available on Friday. If he get about half an hour before the stream starts, if he isn't available or he hasn't appeared, I'm going to make the call, and it's going to be Hold Fast. But he seems confident enough that that will happen, that we will actually get to stream some good old deep rock and stone, all that noise.
Move order received.
It's not RNG, it's RDG, yeah, from random Davros generator. Yeah.
Taking the shot.
Yeah, I'll pass it on there, don't worry. It's just the usual stuff. If it isn't one thing, it's another. Oh look, the vedette missed. I mean, it's a bit of a surprise. I wouldn't have expected the vedette to miss. I mean, it's such a dead eye. Guy's a stone cold killer.
You're fine.
Good old missed shots there.
Reporting negative damage.
Oh, friendly wasp given out to the panther. See if that develops now. Panther's going to back off. He's going to take a shot at the wasp, I think.
Yup.
The AI actually taking a more realistic reaction shot there.
Affirmative, Commander.
Because, yeah, light mech just jumps pretty close to him and takes a shot. Yeah, I guess you would back off and return fire. Right, left arm destroyed on the wasp. Firestarter's going to... Yeah, he's going to try and overheat the panther. Which makes sense. It's a very hot mech. You want to make sure it doesn't fire that PPC too much. Enemy wasp is going for... shot on the cicada. Apparently injury avoided. May as well trigger the vehicles at this point as well, because they'll give us some support fire. Try to deal with the wasp with some rear shots. Technically a dead eye, so depth perception, yes, it's true. But yeah, Mech Warrior 4's line was leg damage, reverse disabled, not leg destroyed. I think it was it was to hang a hat on the fact that they didn't blow the leg off entirely like every previous Mech Warrior title would have done. But I loved Mech Warrior 2 Mercs, where I had my Zeus in the early missions and the leg got blown off and I had to wiggle it across the ground to get to the drop site. Well, of course we're going to bring in the scientists.
Waiting for orders.
Oh no, don't. You just want to walk in the spores, don't you? It's like, yeah, I need the spores. Oh, Commander, I need the spores on my mech. +4 difficulty to hit. Great.
Alright, I'll give him the whole 9 yards.
And somehow he hits. Oh, fuck you, game. Oh, well, jump jets a lot of the time in Mech Warrior 2. To be honest, actual bug fixing. Can you imagine if Mech Warrior 2 Mercs came out in the state it was at launch today? Oh, the furore around it would be insane.
I copy.
There'd be so many angry people. Back then, you just dealt with it. There was no internet. You couldn't. I suppose you could take your time to write a letter, but it's not like they'd actually give a shit. You just went like, wow, this game is really fucking buggy. I like it, but holy crap, is it broken? Like, this thing's a broken piece of shit. And then you played it. Begrudgingly sometimes. Now, Ghostbear's Legacy, that was one I never actually got to play, although the expansion had been out for a while. I had to rely on my brother's PC to play a lot of this stuff at the time, and the PC I had was not good enough to run it, so I never got to play the Ghostbear's Legacy DLC.
Engage target.
There we go.
Target down.
Technically a Deadeye is a kneeling back-to-belly pile driver. That is a weird-looking signature move, isn't it? Sorry, where's... Aren't you supposed to be heading over there? What are you doing? Guys, just head up the road. What the... Where the fuck are they going? Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Let's just speed these guys up a bit. Oh, the friendly lance were actually useful. That's the most shocking part of this entire thing.
Location
I
confirmed.
don't know how useful they'll be in the latter part of this mission, but hey, they were there for the beginning, which is good. You have MechWarrior 2 for the PlayStation. It was a pretty fun circle strafing heavies with a dasher. Yeah, I remember the PlayStation version. I played that a little bit, and it had like power-ups and stuff. It was really weird seeing the mechs from the game, but like, you pick up like an ammo power-up or an armor power-up and stuff. It was such a weird disconnect from playing the PC version for so long. Oh yeah, I remember the Ice Chunk space mission where it was pretty much impossible. Or the one where you were betrayed by your by the person who hired you, and they just drop you into a fucking ambush. Or the MechWarrior 2 mission where you had to protect that noble who for some reason was piloting a tarantula, and they had to get from one end to the other without dying, and it was really fucking difficult. Or the one, I think it was a MechWarrior 2 Mercs mission where you were supposed to be escorting some prince and a dragon, or a grand dragon, and the dumbass, even if you kept the dumbass alive, he would somehow always be registered as dying at the end of the mission. Ghostbusters Legacy and an underwater mission where you blow up an enemy submarine with LRTs and SRTs. Enemy aircraft destroyed. Haha. Okay. Yeah, I never got to play Mech Assault, although I know there is definitely a contingent of players out there who fondly remember the two games. I've never owned an Xbox to this day. I've never had an Xbox console, so I never really looked into the Mech Assault titles.
Location
I know
confirmed.
it was one of the things Mitch Gittelman worked on, sort of where he cut his teeth with the franchise for a while. MechWarrior 2, aka Kulsh, can only play the mechs with simple alerts because playing on a PS1 is hard. I've never had an Xbox, no man. Yeah. Oh, it was another collect the power-ups affair. Oh, okay. No, I remember the original Xbox came out, and a friend of my brother's, who was notorious with cash, Master 156, I know what I'm talking about. To give you an example of the kind of personality, when the Dreamcast came out, and him and his friend who had jobs,
Moving out.
when they got their payday, which coincidentally was the same day as the Dreamcast being released, they bought the Dreamcast, 2 or 3 extra controllers, and like 3 games. They had no money for the rest of the month, which means they had no food, and they couldn't pay rent, or any of these things. So they ended up living in the same, basically dossing at the place where my brother was renting a room, one of his other friends. So, surprise, surprise, when the Xbox came out, he also virtually went into debt to get an Xbox console. And I was thoroughly unimpressed with the original Xbox. The controllers were massive and weighed a metric ton. And the only game that seemed half decent was Halo. And even then, it was okay. And a lot of the other games I was seeing coming out on the Xbox wasn't really that impressive either. I was playing a lot of the PC and I think PS2 at the time. And then, was it the Xbox 360 was the next one, which I know was popular, but also suffered the infamous Red Ring of Death, and I never really saw the point in getting an Xbox 360. It just didn't really
On the move.
interest me.
Copy that, Commander.
And then, yeah, what you got, the Xbone, I think people called it. Oh, Dreamcast shitty internet was the best. We used to play a flash game called Teledruggies. That was hilarious. Oh, my first experience of the Dreamcast on the internet was, again, with said friends of my brother's. They weren't the brightest bunch. The first thing that they loaded up was some picture of a woman who was naked with, like, flashing a vagina. That was the first thing that I was ever introduced to with the Dreamcast internet. It was immediately used to find porn. Which was it, I guess, you know, parcel. Phantasy Star Online, I do remember that being quite popular. The way you got around 95% of the Red Ring of death issues. Install the game you want to play a lot to the hard drive so that it didn't use the disk drive at all, except to identify the disk to launch. Ah. That way it wouldn't overheat. Right. There we go, these fucking Escort vehicles to get into the hex, and then, hey, contact. That'll be Cretan forces hunting our charges. Oh, no, really?
Hold your ground until the package is on its way.
We got a Wasp and a Panther. What the fuck is it? Panther 9A LAG? Panther Galag? 9A lag? What? What's a... Why has it got that designation? Weird. Okay. The old joke, if you remove the porn from the internet, the only site left would be the one website. Bring back the porn. Yeah. That's true. Yeah, that would be the case. Like, for instance, how many here in the chat were bothered about adult content games being out on Steam? Because I remember that being a temporary thing where it was like, oh, won't we think of the children? Kind of thing. Does anyone actually give a shit? Really? And how many people actually bothered about buying some of them?
Yes, Commander.
Oh god, the frame rate drop from the... this is really... Whoa, this is getting crazy. It's because of the dropship being on the... Yeah, it's the dropship being on the map is causing a huge frame drop. Oh god.
Hey, get no more.
What the fuck? The Panther 9A lag prizing speed, the amphibian light assault group. Oh, right, okay. Okay, really need this fucking dropship to leave sooner rather than later. Because, yeah, oh man. You know what that is? That's the Unity engine when it's trying to use particle effects for smoke. And what happened there is when the dropship came in with the smoke effect, rather than it just sort of deleting the smoke effect, it actually fires it through the bottom of the map. And that smoke effect will travel all the way down the map till it hits a point where it deletes itself. And that's what it was lagging for so long. It's really annoying. Apparently, Steam won't let visual novels on, despite some games being more explicit. Valve doesn't have a great record for consistency. That's true. Yeah, it's not the memory leak wall, unfortunately. It's unfortunately just how stupid it is with how it handles some of the effects. Wow, that was a hell of a shot. That's my second kill among us. Also. Oh. Do you notice how it's gone now? Yeah, it's the fucking smoke effects. Particle effects on Unity engine are shit. They're so badly coded.
On my way.
I've run this game longer than that sometimes. Yeah, the Panther, please. There we go. No. Head. Let's go for the headshot. No head hit, but, you know. It's hit. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Indeed. Right, okay, so faster, more nippy.
What are your orders, Skipper?
Nippy Panther.
10-4.
Explains why flashing lights is buggy as fuck. Every time the fire department get called out, the engine shits itself. Yeah. It's doing it again now. It's a fucking... Come on. It may also be something with the Talon. Because it was doing it with the Talon before. It should clear up now that all of the vehicles are in the Escort location. They should despawn with the dropship, and that should help.
Objective secure.
Alright, there we go. Well, please disperse. Oh, the frame drop. Okay, there we go. I have no control of the camera. There we go. And now we can either run past the enemy and get to the drop zone and escape, or we could just kill these mechs. We're going to go for the killing. It's more potential salvage, and it's more experience. And they're going to shoot the mongoose in the back. Probably. Maybe.
What's up, Commander?
I wouldn't be surprised if it tries it. Well, we've got Javelin, we've got the ALAG, Panther, and we've got a Wasp. Is that all the enemies? I think it is. You know what? You're going to jump behind, then you're just going to get punched by a Talon. With its Rayman arms. Woo! Friendly Wasp. Can he do it? Can he do it? Yes, he can. Pun intentional. I think flashing lights, to be honest, course, is just buggy because it's flashing lights. It's fun, but obviously it's a game that needs a fuckload more work. But at least whenever they do a new update or add something, it's pretty good.
All weapons committed.
Okay, left torso destroyed. At least we're chipping bits off the neck.
Detected.
I can't complain too much about the mongoose performance so far. Oh, it's a good shot for the fire starter. Lots of rear hits. Ammo explosion. Ooh, that's bad. That is bad for the Javelin. You don't want to lose that much of your mech and all that ammo in one shot. Meanwhile, the Panther's going for this cicada.
Ready for orders.
Yeah, I can't get that juicy rear shot. That Jushin Thunder Liger.
Acknowledged.
Ah, God, sorry everybody. My throat's getting a bit gnarly. Oh, he's so dead he fell through the wall.
One
Fell through the floor there. He's gone.
Skipper,
Yeah.
I got you.
He's gone and done and lost and gone and finished.
Locking off with all weapon systems.
Can the vedette hit? Can the vedette hit? Fuck no, it'll never hit. I don't count the machine gun. The main gun of the vedette is the AC and it never fucking hits. Oh, SRM ammo explosion. It's ammo explosions all round.
Ready for orders. And now,
Automated pilot burial module. Yeah. I'm still hoping mod support will be added and I can have my Mega City 1 map control center meat wagon. Yeah. You drive around as a Judge Dredd. Yeah.
targeting for an alpha strike.
Turning up to like a block war. I am the law.
Target neutralized.
Alright, front. See you in a bit. Pearl. An assassin with medium and small pulse and ECM max armor and 2 LRM5s. Don't know what that'll do. That would do alright. Reminding me of that orc from that one Warhammer 40k ship game. That bit's not supposed to be on fire. Fix it. Yeah. Was that Battlefleet Gothic or Battlefleet Armada 2? I think. I think it's the Battlefleet Gothic games. They were fun. They're just... I stopped playing them because they kept crashing on me. For some reason, like Unreal Engine 4 would just have an issue and crash the desktop. But in the end, I couldn't be bothered loading the game up enough just to play some more because I just end up having to fucking deal with loading the game back in, getting back in, loading all my stuff, play for like half a mission, boom, back to desktop. Great. Okay, so fuck are you, game? No mechs to finish, and lots of medium lasers to taunt me. We'll take the other spare panther part because that's one step closer to having a panther that I can sell on later. And guess the other javelin part. We'll see what else we get. 2 Jenna parts as well, plus a PPC and an SRM2 and a bunch of jump jets. Okay, that's alright. It could have been. Yeah, it could have been a V-round crash. I don't remember. I just remember just during gameplay it would just boop straight to desktop with a little Unreal 4 crash box in the middle of the screen. No other games were crashing, so it was just, oh, fuck you then. I just left it. You stopped playing BFG Armada because the campaign was like an 18-inch black knobbler and certain uncomfortable place. The original game's campaign was stupidly difficult, but I liked the game. I forget, there was like a game type in there where you did sort of proc-gen missions and you could upgrade your ships as you went along. I liked that. And then they took that out of the second game for some reason, which sucked. And then you can only just do sort of just random missions, but the campaign was better. It was really annoying. It was like they took from one area, added to another, rather than just adding to all the areas of the previous game. So, wasn't really. I don't think we'll be seeing a Battlefleet Gothic 3 anytime soon, will we?
Training complete.
Waiting for
Plus 1
orders.
health.
Yep.
Now. Roundup, so far you've been a good scout, so we're gonna stick you on there with the old sensor ping roll, which will be useful in the future when I get a mech that can, you know, fire multiple LRMs. But we've hit that magic time. We've hit the hour. Well, actually, we've gone over the other hour. So yeah, it was good. Always like Battletech. It was like chatting, even with the annoying nose of mine. It's being a bit of an arse, even though it's a nose. Haha, it's not a bum. But, yeah, thanks everyone joining. That includes Kolsch from what's here earlier. Alvatar, Arachnash, Aflark, Skymaster, Commander 226, Dren, Erabs, Frostscythe, Hot Steve, Lanaray, Master 156, Mahanga, Naman, Namasan, Pearl Monahan, Rage of Hate, Spectrap, Claire, Sumifa, Tizcloud, Vega Pros, Von Grunk, Xylene, and Yobbo. Thank you everybody for hopping in this morning and early afternoon, my time, of course, or in the evening for yourselves, or whenever that may be. Is there any use for stealth armor in tabletop, MWO, or this, Pearl? If it's an MWO, stealth armor is very, very useful. A lot of people use stealth armor. As I said, for tomorrow there will be a stream. Friday live streams kicking up again at the usual time, 9 PM UK time. We should be kicking off with Deep Rock. If not, it's going to be Holdfast. What I want to be able to do going forward is Deep Rock and then Tabletech and then whatever the next vote game was and then Tabletech and then, you know, going down. So we should get Tabletop. Yeah, stealth armor is quite useful on Tabletop. You get a few drawbacks with it, but it does make your mechs a lot more survivable because they're very difficult to target. But yeah, so the plan is going to be like Deep Rock, and then next Friday would be Tabletech, and then the Friday after that would be Holdfast, and then back to Tabletech, and then I think it's Mech 5 and Tabletech again. Then it would be Red Dead 2. So we're gonna go back and forth like that, bunch of different times. So yeah, that's the plan going forward. I, though, am now going to get myself a shave, a shower, and I'm going to go watch some AEW. So, have a good remainder of Thursday, and you know, have a good weekend starting tomorrow. I will catch you all then, or some of you then. If not, have a good one. See ya. Bye bye. 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 Bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye 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 bye. Let's get a loop it up. Bye 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 bye.